floorboards growing like they're carrying a secret. Under the weight of the silence you left behind, I tried to sweep the dust, but I couldn't keep it from settling in the corners of my mind. Your favorite book is still face down on the table, marking a page you'll never finish now. I'd move it if I thought that I was able, but my hands forgot the where, when, and how. And the air is heavy with what you left in this hollow house, in this heart of theft. It's the anchor in my chest, it's a salt upon a shelf, the version of you that's more real than myself. I'm breathing in the lead of a love gone wrong, stuck in the bridge of a half-finished song. Every shadow is a burden, every memory a cliff, and the world is just heavy with what you left. I caught your reflection in the hallway mirror, but it was just a trick of the 20T Leslie sight. I wish the ghost of you would come a little closer and tell me how to make it through the night. The closet is full of the space you used to occupy, hangers rattling like bones in the breeze. I'm staring at the ceiling, asking why, while I'm sinking to my tired, shaking knees. You took your keys and you took your pride, but you left a hurricane trapped inside you. Took your name and you took your car, but you left the us exactly where we are. It's a physical weight, it's a pressure in the room, like a garden of stones that refuses to bloom. And the air is heavy with what you left in this hollow house, in this heart of theft. It's the anchor in my chest, it's the salt upon a shelf, the version of you that's more real than myself. I'm breathing in the lead of a love gone wrong, stuck in the bridge of a half-finished song. Every shadow is a burden, every memory a cleft, and the world is just heavy with what you left. So heavy, like the rain before it falls. So heavy, like the writing on the walls. I'm trying to stand up, but I'm losing my breath in the beautiful, terrible weight of what's left. Heavy with what you left. I haven't opened up the windows in a week or two. I'm terrified the breeze will come and carry off the last of you. I'm walking softly around the edges of the hallway floor to keep from shaking loose the spirit of the girl who's here no more. The tea has gone cold in the pot. stove. The silence is heavy, await in the cove of this kitchen where we used to dance through the night. Now I'm just a shadow avoiding the light, and I'm anchored to the corner of your standstill lips, holding on to memories that the morning never gives. It's in the fibers of the carpet, the velvet of the chair. The ghost of your perfume is hanging in the air. I know you're long gone, and the world says I'm wrong to stay in this house where I don't quite belong. But I can't step outside, I've got too much to lose, and the only room left where your sense still lives. I found your old sweatshirt at the bottom of the bin. I pressed it to my face just to let the ache begin. Oh, it smells like summer rain and the way you used to laugh. A sensory reminder of my broken other half. The pillows are stale, but they still hold the shape of the dreams that we had before the great escape. I'm breathing in deep till my lungs start to cry, 'cause the moment it fades is the day that we die. Eventually the cedar and the dust will take the turn, and every little trace of you will slowly start to burn away into the nothing, away into the gray. But I'll fight the very oxygen to make your spirit stay. I'm a gardener of ghosts in a garden of grief, clinging to a scent that is tragically brief. And I'm anchored to the corner where your scent still lives. Hold a second of yours and you're still alive. Just a flicker of jasmine, a hint of the pine. For a second I'm yours and you're still mine. Don't blow away, please just stay in the corner where your scent still lives. I'm counting the cracks where the ceiling meets the wall, waiting for a sound, waiting for a call. But the phone is just a stone and the hallway is a cave, and I'm guarding every memory that I'm trying to save. I haven't washed the jacket that you threw across the bed. I'm living in the things that you never quite said. The tea is getting cold, just a ghost of the steam. I'm caught in the static of a broken down dream. Now it's just your sin and my silence, a quiet kind of war, a beautiful violence. The ghost of your gardenia is drifting through the hall, while the quiet builds a fortress around every single wall. I'm breathing you in, but I'm choking on the air, searching for a heartbeat that's no longer there. In The 2020 sweetest winter is scratching at the glass. I watch the frozen hours and the lonely minutes pass. I try to speak your name just to hear a human tone, but the house just swallows it and leaves me more alone. I find a trace of you in the laundry at the bottom, like a leaf that stayed gold when the rest of them had rotten. It smells like Sunday mornings and the way we used to be before you became a shadow and a stranger to me. The silence is a scream that nobody can hear. It's the ringing in my soul, it's the shadow of my fear. If I make a sound, will the fragrance disappear? Will I lose the only piece of you I'm keeping near? So I hold my breath until my lungs start to wake, because a single word is all it would take to break the spell of your scent and my silence. A quiet kind of war, a beautiful violence. The ghost of your gardenia is drifting through the hall, while the quiet builds a fortress around every single wall. I'm breathing you in, but I'm choking on the air, searching for a heartbeat that's no longer there. In the space between the heartbeats, in the violence of your scent and my silence. Shh, can you hear it? The way the room breathes you, the way the air grieves you. Just a trace of your perfume in a cold, quiet room. Your scent, my silence. Hey. I haven't moved the chairs around since the day you went away, but they're still angled toward each other, like we have something left to say. The sunlight hits the floorboards in that crooked golden square, and for a second I could swear I see you sitting there. I'm living in a museum of a life we used to lead, guarding every shadow, nurturing the bleed. I haven't touched the bookshelf or the records in the bin, because I'm terrified to lose the shape of where you've been. I'm locked inside a room that remembers us, where the air is thick with longing and the furniture is dust. It knows the way you whispered, it knows the way I cried. It's the only place on earth where we haven't truly died. The walls are painted in the colors of a love we couldn't trust, in this hollow, holy temple that remembers us. There's a dent in the pillow where you used to rest your head. I treat it like a canyon or a holy place instead. I walk around the perimeter, I never cross the line, and keep the ghosts of you and me from becoming only mine. Every floorboard has a story, every crack tells of the fall. I got silver frame reminders hanging all along the wall. They say I should redecorate, start over, find some light, but I'd rather sit in silence with our memories tonight. Outside the world is moving the space, not anymore. 'Cause I'm locked inside a room that remembers us, where the air is thick with longing and the furniture is dust. It knows the way you whispered, it knows the way I cried. It's the only place on earth where we haven't truly died. The walls are painted in the colors of a love we couldn't trust. In this hollow, holy temple that remembers us. The ceiling knows you left us. The window knows the rain, and I'm the only piece of us that's left to feel the pain. It remembers everything, even if you don't. I haven't opened up the window since the day the winter came. I'm still protecting every molecule that carries your name. The dust is settling on the piano keys like a quiet velvet shroud, and the silence in the hallway is getting far too loud. I see your keys are on the counter where you dropped them once before, but they won't be turning locks or opening that door. I'm walking through the kitchen like I'm moving through a dream, trying to catch a fragment of a fading silver gleam. And you're still lingering in the air, a ghost I can't erase. I'm reaching out for shadows in a hollow, empty space. It's the jasmine in the curtains, it's the cedar in the hall, the memory of your presence written all across the wall. I'm breathing in the heartache, I'm exhaling all the blue, just a prisoner of a feeling that is lingering with you. It's January 2020, sillies, and the world is moving fast, but I'm anchored to a moment that was never meant to last. I find you sending old sweaters in the corners of the room, like a winter garden waiting for a ghost to start to bloom. They tell me I should let it go, let the oxygen turn cold, but I'm not ready for a story that has already been told. I'd rather choke on memories than breathe a life that's new. If a life without the heartache means a life without you. The molecules are shifting, the fragrance starts to thin, and I'm terrified of losing where your spirit's always been. I'm holding my breath, I'm closing my eyes, waiting for the morning to tell me more lies. That you're just in the next room, that you're just down the hall, and the scent of your perfume didn't fade at all. But you're still lingering in the air, a ghost I can't erase. I'm reaching out for shadows in before the silence wins. Still I try to rearrange the pictures on the mantelpiece, thinking if I move them maybe I would find release. But there's a faded patch of wallpaper where your favorite used to hang, and the silence in the kitchen hit me like a door that slammed. I'm walking on my tiptoes through the middle of the night, 'cause the 20/20 moon is casting shadows much too bright. Every corner has a memory, every floorboard has a soul, and they're all screaming out for you, out of my control. It's hard to move on when the room still knows you. When the shadows on the ceiling try to hold you, the curtains keep the rhythm of the way you used to breathe. The rug still holds the pressure of the ghost who wouldn't leave. I can tell the world I'm over us. I can say that I'm brand new, but it's a lie. I can't sustain when the room still knows you. The indentation on the sofa hasn't leveled out just yet, like the fabric's holding on to every word we might regret. I find your stray hair on the collar of my winter coat, and the scent of your tobacco gets a grip around my throat. I thought about repainting, maybe turning blue to white, but the walls will just remember how we stayed awake and cried. This architecture's haunted by the ghost of you and me, and I'm a prisoner of a space that was supposed to set us free. The light switch knows the feeling of your hand against the brass. The window pane is waiting for your face behind the glass. I'm a stranger in a hallway that was once our sacred ground, trying to be quiet while the memories make a sound. Oh, it's hard to move on when the room still knows you. When the shadows on the ceiling try to hold you, the curtains keep the rhythm of the way you used to breathe. The rug still holds the pressure of the ghost who wouldn't leave. I can tell the world I'm over us. I can say that I'm brand new, but it's a lie. I can't sustain when the room still knows you. It knows your name, it knows the way you left. It's a hollow kind of temple, a cathedral of the bereft. I'm standing in the center, in the cold and lonely blue, just waiting for a room that doesn't know you. Still knows you. Still knows you. I leave the hallway light on, though the bill is overdue, just in case the darkness tries to hide the trace of you. I haven't scrubbed the kitchen tile or washed the linen sheets. I'm terrified of losing what the memory repeats. The neighbors think I'm moving 'cause the windows stay so tight, but I'm just trapping everything you left behind that night. One gust of wind could ruin it, one open door could steal the only part of us that's left that I can actually feel. Now I'm catching my breath in the middle of the floor, to the perfume in an empty room, a ghost behind the door. It's a floral kind of heartbreak, a jasmine scented stings, the heavy weight of nothing, and the ghost of everything. I'm inhaling all the moments that we never got to use, drowning in the fragrance of the life I had to lose. It's lingering, it's haunting, it's a beautiful doom. Just a bottle's worth of maybe, and perfume in an empty room. I found your favorite sweater, the one with the broken thread. I laid it out beside me on your side of the bed. I closed my eyes and whispered, and for a second I was sure I could smell the winter morning and the way things were before. But the edges are dissolving and the notes are turning cold, like a secret that's been whispered once too many times to hold. They say that time heals everything, but time is just a thief who replaces every heartbeat with a deeper scent of grief. Eventually the air will clear, the molecules will drift, and I'll be left with oxygen, the cruelest kind of gift. I'll have to learn to breathe again without your help at all. But today I'm just a shadow leaning up against the wall. Yeah, I'm catching my breath, catching my breath in the middle of the floor, to the perfume in an empty room, a ghost behind the door, behind the door. It's a floral kind of heartbreak, a jasmine scented sting, the heavy weight of nothing, and the ghost of everything. I'm inhaling all the moments that we never got to use, drowning in the fragrance of the life I had to lose. It's lingering, it's haunting, it's a beautiful doom. Just a bottle's worth of maybe, and perfume in an empty room. It's getting harder to find the traces you left behind, a flicker of rose, and the memory goes just a room, an empty room, and the scent of you fading too soon. You stopped calling, started writing, like my voice was hard to face. Every word you left behind put another mile in space. I waited for you at midnight, with my phone as a sleeping hand. You gave me paragraphs of sorry when I just needed a can. You said letters were safer than hearing me cry, but love shouldn't hide behind paper when it's about to die. This is when love chose letters overlooking in my eyes. You packed your heart in envelopes and mailed me your goodbye. I read your truth in careful lines while my hands were shaking still. This is when love chose letters and stopped choosing me. You handwrote and learned how to leave without ever breaking tone. You called it space and finding yourself. I called it sleeping alone. You wrote you deserve something better, like you weren't the one I chose. You gave me reasons instead of answers, and left me here with both. I asked the page where I went wrong, you never answered back. I would have faced 1,000 storms just to hear you crack. This is when love chose letters instead of staying to try. You left your love in punctuation and crossed out every word. I held the paper like a pulse, hoping you'd feel it too. This is when love chose letters and none chose me and you. If love was brave, it would have stayed and said the hard things out loud. But you chose quiet, you chose clean, you chose not to break down. I don't hate you for leaving, I hate how easy it seemed to trade our heartbeat conversations for ink and a stamp of me. This is when love chose letters and I learned how silence sounds. I folded all your careful words and watched my world fall down. I still write them when it rains, like they might change the truth. This is when love chose letters and I lost you. Some love ends with voices shaking, some love fades without a sound. Ours ended on a piece of paper when love chose letters and walked out. You held my heart with careful hands, but never held me when I cried. You spoke in vows and perfect plans that vanished every time I tried. Your voice was warm, your touch was rare, I loved you more than you were there. You said the right things at the wrong time, left me living between your lines. You swore your love was something real, but real love shows, not just reveals. I waited where your actions weren't and learned the hardest lesson first. All I got were words from you, pretty lies I wanted true. You said you loved me, said you'd stay, but never proved it anyway. I built my hope on what you said, while you live somewhere else instead. All I got were words from you, and words don't hold me like you should. You texted care, you typed out sorry, but never knocked on my door. I learned how lonely it almost feels when love won't give you more. You promised time, you promised change, but time just widened every space. I counted seconds, counted signs, you counted reasons to leave behind. You called it fate, you called it fate. I called it love and you too late. I gave you truth and all my flaws. You gave me the echoes, not yours. All I got were words from you. Every sentence left me blue. You talked about a future home while I slept there alone. You said my name like it was safe, but safety never showed its face. All I got were words from you, and now I know what silence proves. If love was more than things you say, you'd fight to show up every day. You'd hear my tears, not raid my pain. You'd stay and feel, not just explain. I don't hate you, I just heard from loving someone half at work. You left me with a heart that learned that love is action, not just words. All I got were words from you, and I believed them all. I stood right here with open hands while you leaned on the wall. One day your words won't call my name, won't wake me up, won't feed the pain. But tonight all I got were words from you, and they're still breaking me. Some love is loud in what it does, some fades in what it says. I gave you everything I had. All I got were words instead. Your jacket still hanging by the door, like you might come back once more. The air still knows the shape of you, every breath feels overdue. I talk to walls that never speak, put my heart where you should be. Every promise we once knew now lives in dust and deja vu. You said forever like a vow, but silence is your answer now. I read your goodbye in between the lines you never said to me. Sealed words, empty rooms, love that faded way too soon. I scream your name, but nothing moves, just echoes dressed in blue. You left your truth in half-said lies, closed your heart, not your eyes. Sealed words, empty rooms, that's all that's left of you. Your shadow still sleeps on my side of a bed where hope went to die. I memorize the way you breathe, like it might bring you back to me. Your phone still lights up in my mind, every miss you left behind. I waited through the falling rain for a love that never came. Said you needed space to heal, but distance taught me what was real. That love can leave without a sound and still tear your whole world down. Still words, empty rooms, every memory's a wound. Your goodbye came way too soon. In a silence I can't lose. You locked the truth behind your pride, left me questions, not a sign. Still words, empty rooms, that's where I'm losing you. If love was honest, you'd have stayed. If hearts could talk, you'd hear my pain. I learned that closure never comes from mouths that choose to run. I beg the night to let me sleep, but grief keeps whispering your name. I loved you loud, you left me still. That's the cruelest kind of deal. Seal words, empty